What is happiness? If you have to answer this question under pressure and without thinking, what do you say? What does happiness mean to you? When I had to answer this a few years ago on stage at a Toastmasters event, taken completely by surprise, I said happiness is being able to drink my cup of coffee. And I had about 100 pair of eyes looking at me. But give me 2 minutes and I'll tell you a story about how and why this answer changed my life. About 10 years ago, I saw a video, a documentary, about a guy who was painting these very beautiful, colorful paintings with flowers and landscape. Nothing unusual here, but the way he was doing it was by actually holding the brush with his teeth and moving it with his lips and tongue, because he was in a car accident and he was left paralyzed from the neck down. So he was talking about his life now and the life before the accident, and he was a very successful manager before that accident, but he was saying that many days he was frustrated, tired, and he wasn't appreciating the life that he had and all the possibilities that he had. Actually, he said that in the morning of the accident, he was in his kitchen having coffee, and he was looking from his window at the highway that he was to take in order to go to work. And he said that he remembered it was raining, it was heavy traffic, and he already started to think about his day, the long meeting that was awaiting for him, the traffic, all the work, and he was already feeling tired and stressed and wasn't happy about his life. But now, he said, thinking about that morning, he didn't realize how happy he should have been and what would make him the happiest person in the world right now would be being able to have a cup of coffee, meaning being able to walk in the kitchen to get the water, to push the button on the coffee machine, and then to hold that warm cup of coffee and to be able to drink from it all by himself. He said, being able to have coffee would make me the happiest person in the world. And to me in that moment, or maybe to you today, because you can do it, doesn't seem so much, walking in the morning and being able to make some coffee. But for so many people, it would be. At that time, I was living in a very, very busy city, and I used to hate traffic too when it rained, and I used to hate rain altogether. And in many mornings I did exactly what this guy was doing, thinking about my day, about what was coming, focusing on what wasn't working or on the future traffic, complaining, being anxious. And that video changed my life because I started to practice what now we call presence and being aware and gratitude, and I developed my morning ritual of coffee. I also use it when I have a problem or something in my life goes bad. But I actually started to make coffee in the morning in a very, very conscious way, watching my feet as I walk, feeling the water, feeling the hot cup of coffee. And while I was drinking it, I developed this gratitude ritual, being grateful for a lot of things, starting with my perfect health, with my family, with relationships, with nature, and trying to find new reasons every day I was grateful that I don't live in an area where is a war, because my grandmother survived the Second World War, and believe me, living in peace is so extraordinary. And being grateful that there is no tsunami area where I live, or there are no earthquakes, or the fact that I can see the birds, I can see the rain and hear the rain outside if it's raining. And this, practiced for years, just changed my life completely, because now I know that I was focusing and attracting in my life more of what I wanted. Now I realize that it was this gratitude practice and awareness practice, and it completely changed my life. Then for a few years I forgot to do this, and I wasn't in a very happy stage of my life. But then I began to do this again, and to tell this short story to my friends, and every time I had the opportunity, when I was a speaker or a trainer. And it's fascinating to hear people after years telling me that practicing gratitude has changed their life so much more than anything else they would do. So the next time that you feel sad and anxious, or you think you have a big problem in your life, just go ahead and make yourself a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, or just take a glass of water in your hand and be thankful for a few seconds for the fact that you can do that, and you can hear and see, and think about all the wonderful things that you can find in your life. And for sure you will attract more of that in your life, because you are a powerful creator and you create reality with your thoughts.